Well, well, well. Real Madrid, the defending champions, are out of the Champions League. This is your Champions League last 16 review. Boy, Real Madrid have crashed out the Champions League. Real Madrid lost 4-1 to Ajax at the Bernabeu today in the last 16 of the Champions League, going into that game with a 2-1 lead. It's mad. Like, I can't actually get my head around the fact that they're actually this bad. I mean, they crashed out the Copa del Rey to Real Madrid during the week. They practically crashed out La Liga, gave up the hopes of a title, losing 1-0 to Real Madrid on the weekend. And you think, have some self-respect, Real Madrid. At least go out in some sort of style. Like, go out to a decent Champions League side. No offense to Ajax, but a side that you expect them to go out to, a side that would, test them, a side that may have knocked them out a few years ago, but it looked like they could have gone out to anybody today. They were so bad. And, I don't watch that many La Liga games. I've heard of the crumble of Real Madrid. I've seen a couple of the games this season and they haven't been great. And other times they've been quite good. But today, that's one of the worst Real Madrid performances I've seen for a long time. Especially at the Bernabeu with a chance to go through to the next stage of the Champions League. It was shambolic. Solari, you better get sacked tonight. Tonight, like all now the video's out, you should be sacked. You should be sacked tonight because that was shambolic. I mean, from start to finish, I have to say this again, I got to big up Ajax. Dusan Tadic in the Premier League done his thing still. It was good. He spun a couple, man. He scored a couple pens. He scored a couple decent long-range hits. But what he done tonight, the way man span Casemiro like he wasn't even there, the 2 assists he made for the goals, and I'll get into the goals in a second. Bro, that's signs of a player of the quality of Eden Hazard. That stuff, if you saw Hazard do that, you'd be like, rah, that's why he's world class. I swear to you, if you saw Hazard do that for Chelsea against Real Madrid, all the Chelsea fans would be like, that's why he's world class. But Dusan Tadic ran the show for Ajax today. Ran the show. Ran rings round Casemiro. Ran rings round Toni Kroos, who apparently, man, are saying he's finished. Ran rings round that Ballon d'Or 2018 winner, Luka Modric. Like, man wasn't even there. It was mad. And that defense without Sergio Ramos, parted like it was the sea in the Bible. Like Moses just come through and parted the sea. It was mad. They were open. Thibaut Courtois couldn't control that team. He couldn't control that team. They were all over the place. Now, in terms of the actual gameplay, obviously Ajax needed 2 goals. They were 2-1 down in the first leg. So the minimum they needed was 2 goals from this game anyway. So they had to come out all guns blazing to try and get that. And you know what? Credit to them, because they didn't just come out in that game to try and get 2 goals and kill it and dead out the game. But they came to win. They came to win the game today. And you know what? Fair play to them. They went on their morals and they played very, very well. I have to say that. About them. And first goal went in. It was Ziyech, a lovely ball through from Tadic again. He kind of just broke through and just slid it, a cash little ball through the middle. And Ziyech was there to just put the ball in the back of the net. And it literally was how they meant to go on. Like, that was in the 7th minute. And they started from that. And they just continued game on game, like, continued to go on. Again, a lovely spin from Tadic, a good ball in. And Neres was there for Ajax to make it 2-0. And at that point, I'm thinking, boy, Real Madrid, you got a lot of work to do. You're 2-0 down at the Bernabeu. Don't embarrass yourselves. All you needed at that stage was 1 goal. They won 2-1 in Holland, luckily. That was a lucky win themselves. Obviously, Ramos got himself sent off, got himself booked in that game on purpose, according to the to UEFA and he was given an extra game ban. I don't know why you decided to get yourself booked on purpose, because clearly your team ain't going to carry you through. Clearly your team didn't carry you through. And it showed today. And then Real Madrid got a couple of injuries. So that didn't help them as well. Vasquez, who was for me a surprise. In a game like this, I've been saying it for a while, Gareth Bale needs to be starting these games, bro. Gareth Bale needs to be starting these games, bro. He didn't start. Vasquez got injured in the 29th minute. He came off. And the crowd started cheering as Bale came on, which was a surprise because he'd been getting a lot of criticism from the Real Madrid fans in the past few weeks or so. Rumours about him refusing to warm up and all that sort of thing. But he came on. The crowd loved it. And then they had another injury as well. Vinicius got injured as well. And then Marco Asensio had to come off for Real Madrid. And going into half-time, already using 2 subs, team looked bucked. Couldn't string 2 passes together at certain stages in that first half. And again, it was Ajax pushing and pushing and pushing for that 3rd goal. It didn't even look like they were on it. It didn't look like it. And then a couple of more. Then as we got into the second half, Ajax had a couple more chances. Thibaut Courtois to make a couple more saves. And you're still thinking it's 2-0. There's a chance. There's a chance. All Madrid needed was 1 goal. Get to extra time. Get a little cheap goal and just come out of your horse. No. Tagliafico makes a brilliant challenge on the line. Ball breaks, comes out to the basically good little passing move from Ajax to Dusan Tadic. Edge of the area. Bends one in top bins. When I say bends one in top bins, I mean he bends one in top bins. Thibaut Courtois, nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. They celebrating. And as they're celebrating, the camera just pulls back to a challenge of Tagliafico on the line. And as he gets that ball, it was basically, the ball was about to go out for a throw-in, and I say he just kept it on. By the skin of his teeth, he kept the ball on that pitch. I'm very 50-50 for it. It's so hard to see because it wasn't like, there's no goal line technology on the throw-in line. There's no throw-in line technology, as it were. It just has to be a call made by VAR. There obviously is VAR now in the Champions League. And it took them about 4 minutes to decide whether or not this ball went off the line or not. And there's like, one camera angle shows it has. One camera angle showed it hadn't crossed the line. And I think the reason why they actually gave the goal is because there was no conclusive decision to say that the linesman on that play got the decision wrong. You know, of course, the linesman, if he felt like it was a throw, he should have flagged straight away. Obviously, he didn't. Maybe he thought that it wasn't a throw. Or maybe he was letting the play go on because he thought VAR could sort that out. But the VAR couldn't guarantee that ball went out of play. There was a few angles that showed it did and a few angles that showed it may not. So, goal was given. And at 3-0, you're thinking, rotted. So Real Madrid, they need an absolute madness. They need an absolute madness because Ajax got 1 goal in the first leg, they were 4-2 up. And so Real Madrid needed basically another 3 goals to try and go through. The away goal from Ajax and kind of like +1, they're not, because they got 3 away goals. And Real Madrid obviously only got 2 away goals in Holland. And then Asensio grabbed one back for Real Madrid, and you're thinking, rotted, 20 minutes to go. Are we going to see an absolute madness from Real Madrid? Are we going to see an onslaught from them? Are we going to see what we expect them to see? What we expect of the Real Madrid of past, of Cristiano Ronaldo, lifting them out of the blitz when it looks like they're going to be crashing out like last year to Juventus? No. Ajax get a free kick. And you're thinking, okay, cool, defend this well, go on the counter, see what you can do, Real Madrid. But and to this day, I don't know whether my man meant to go for the goal or not. However, Sean, I think his name was, he absolutely put his foot through that ball. It was on the left wing. It wasn't even, you shouldn't even be shooting from there. And man just curled it straight over Thibaut Courtois. Arguments maybe you could say about his positioning for Courtois. But really and truly, it's a bit harsh. It went over him comfortably into the back of the net. And I'm thinking, boy, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. It's 4-1 to Ajax, and it is a wrap. Game done, set, match. You've been bossed out the game from Dusan Tadic, and you're crashing at the Champions League. And then it was a calamity towards the end of the game. Modric is through, Ballon d'Or winner 2018. A square ball for Benzema, and there's a tap-in and another chance for Real Madrid to come back into the game. He pulls it back, Benzema slips, Bale has a shot, keeper saves it, goes out. You're thinking, rah, Real Madrid, you're done out here. You're done out here because you can't even string two passes together in a 6-yard box to put the ball in the empty net. You can't even do that. You're finished. You're done out here. And then I think there was one last chance for Ajax at the end of the game as well, which they put over the bar. It should have been 5-1. Like, it should have been, if you hit the target, it's a goal, 5-1. So Real Madrid are lucky to get out of the Bernabeu, losing 4-1. Words I never even thought I'd ever say in my lifetime. Like, that much of a battering. Real Madrid, 3-time Champions League winners. Like, they ain't been knocked out of the Champions League for 4 years, bro. No one's done this for 4 years. And Ajax did it like, say it was nothing. Say it was a joke, man, thing. Ajax, bro. Ajax are your Europa League team from what I know in the past few years. Then they win the Champions League. Then they qualify to the last 16. Then they batter Real Madrid. Or what, we have to now consider Ajax as a dark horse in this now. Because they got some youths in that team. De Jong, looking like a baller. I know he's heading to Barcelona very soon. He's showing what he could do in Spain already, boy. Daley Blind. I thought my man was finished. I thought Man United got rid of him. My man's coming in and soldiering that defence. Tagliafico, brilliant performance from him today. And I said, Dusan Tadic. I mean, £10 million. It's a bargain. It's a bargain. I mean, he could even be putting himself in the shop window for a bigger club come the summer already. I don't believe this, man. This is an absolute madness. It's absolute madness. Real Madrid, 4-1 down, crashed out the Champions League. Questions need to be asked. Nacho was sent off in the last minute for a stamp. Bell looked like he got injured in that game as well. So he's saying Vinicius, Bell, Vasquez, all injured. Real Madrid's season's done. Season's done. Solari, if you don't get sacked, you might as well walk. Zizi, you got off lightly. Because when you sell a man who scored 450 goals in the past 9 years for you, chances are you're going to need to replace him. And you didn't. You didn't. You thought you could bring in a couple of youngsters to sort you out. And you can't even start Bell in a game like this. We said it in the podcast last night. Many reinforcements need to come in for Real Madrid. But yeah, there was another game in the Champions League tonight. Dortmund against Spurs. Of course, Spurs coming into this game 3-0 up from the brilliant performance in Wembley a few weeks ago. And that first half was a madness as well. It was an onslaught from Dortmund. They came knowing that they needed a goal. Some brilliant challenges from Vertonghen and Davis denied what I thought was clear opportunities for Dortmund to put the ball in the back of the net. First one came in the 10th minute with Vertonghen, and the other one came at the end of the first half from Ben Davis, just diving in front of their goalkeeper, putting their bodies on the line. Guerrero having a shot saved from Hugo Lloris as well. Royce had a decent effort deflected wide. Gertz had a chance to put wide. Sancho could have been a bit more clinical in his chances in that first half. Dortmund, they battered Spurs first half. They absolutely battered Spurs. They did to Spurs what Spurs did to them in the second half at Wembley. The difference was they didn't put the ball in the back of the net, and Spurs did 3 times. And you got to credit Spurs for that. And you also got to credit Spurs for defending very, very well in that first half. I mean, I know there was a lot of chances for Dortmund, but there could have been even more, apart from some brilliant defending from the team overall. I felt like even people like Serge Aurier stood tall, Ben Davis stood tall, Vertonghen stood tall. Like the whole team for me, they stood quite tall in that squad. And well, he's one of their own, isn't he? He's one of their own. He's back. Harry Kane, good ball put through by Sissoko, and Dortmund were kind of left in the lurch. I can't remember who it was their centre-back who was playing Kane on. And you don't give Harry Kane that much time and space to take the ball. And you know, if they put their little circle in him that they do on Match of the Day, he would have had that massive circle around him because there was not one defender anywhere near Kane. Acres of space. And 1-on-1, I mean, is there any striker in Europe you trust more than Harry Kane to put that ball 1-on-1 in the back of the net? I know you guys probably say one or two, maybe like Sergio Aguero or Luis Suarez or whatever, but boy, Harry Kane's up there as a clinical finisher and a 1-on-1 opportunity, man. And he buried that chance. And 4-0, away you go, Spurs are through. I said it. I literally said it there and then, Spurs are through. No matter what happens in the rest of the game, Dortmund can pull or go back or whatnot. But 4-0 at that point, it's a wrap. It's game over. It's all about game management now from Poch, of course. Poch has to manage this game out. And it's difficult coming into a game like this. 3-0 up, you're not knowing whether to attack or to defend. I felt like they were very deep in the first half. And in the second half, Poch maybe said, you know what, just go at them a little bit, get your goal. And then you can just rest on your morals a bit. And they did. And then again, Dortmund came on with a little onslaught. But Lloris made a couple of good saves again for Spurs. And really and truly, it was comfortable in the end. To say that Spurs played Dortmund over 2 legs, didn't concede a goal, and were very, very, very comfortable. That's credit to Pochettino for me. And I know he's had his critics in the past few days with the way that Spurs played against Chelsea, the way that Spurs played against Arsenal, very much reserved. But if you take the Champions League games outside of the league performances, brilliant. And you know me, I don't really like Spurs that much. I don't really like to talk about Spurs that much, but I have to say it, they were brilliant. And you know, okay, Hugo Lloris probably for me was the man of the match for Spurs. But sometimes you need your goalkeepers to come up strong. Sometimes you need your goalkeeper to show how good you are in a game like this when you're playing in a Champions League game that you don't necessarily need to bomb on for. Sometimes you need your defence to stand strong. Sometimes you need your goalkeeper to stand strong. And they did that brilliantly. And you have to credit Spurs. And, you know, although we kind of assumed Spurs would be through, now that Real Madrid have crashed out, now that Juventus are on the edge of potentially crashing out, of course, Liverpool needs something big in Germany to go through. And, of course, Manchester United seem to be crashing out Champions League as well. Boy, Spurs will be looking at this stage saying, you know what, if we could pull up a chance against Ajax, a draw against Ajax, and have a decent go at them, providing they draw Ajax, of course, who knows what the draw is going to pull out. Even a bigger team, the way Spurs are going with their confidence, I mean, we don't know what stadium they're going to be playing at come the quarterfinals or semi-finals. That may have a big effect as well. Nah, Spurs can't win Champions League. Spurs can't win. Nah, sorry guys. I don't know what. Sorry, for a moment, you know, there once for a moment you think, if that. Nah, sorry. I mean, you do well to get to the semi-final, Spurs. You do very well to get to the semi. But you know what? Pat on your backs because you got through to the quarterfinals, innit? You got through to the quarterfinals, and it's not very much you get an opportunity to do it. However, with Real Madrid going out and Juventus going out, this is your best chance to ever win it, Spurs. I agree with Neeks. He said it the other day. This is your best chance to win it. So, if you don't win it from here, you bottled it. Simple as, isn't it? Guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you check out all of our other videos online. Obviously, podcast is out as well, so check that out on all streaming platforms. And, of course, the videos are out on YouTube. And we'll see you soon.